subscribers to the channel. Hope you're having a good day. I have been sitting here kind of not consumed by and consumed with, but definitely paying attention to the Nolan Wells situation. And I'm thankful that Nancy Grace is on the scene. It shouldn't have to take a white face to say what black faces have been saying forever to finally be heard. But again, any assistance that can bring additional attention and eyes on this situation or on this case down in Ocean Springs, Mississippi is welcome. But something that I was thinking about, and I don't know why. I know it can be done, just like it was done in the Alex murder case from my home state of South Carolina. I know there's a lot of fuss being made about Nolan Wells' phone because obviously we know those people, those associates, were not his friends. I don't care how you say it, they weren't his friends. And the one Wyatt pretending that he was his best friend, yet you never been to his house, parents never met you. Okay, let's get past that. But to really bring this thing home, getting back to the reference that I made to the Alex Murdaugh case, they're making a big deal out of Nolan Wells' phone and the GPS coordinates of the boat. And Nolan Wells' phone is going to show every location where his phone was. One thing that needs to happen sooner rather than later is they need to subpoena the records of all those, the phone records of the individuals that call themselves his friends to find out, just exactly how long, which obviously is going to show that it's obviously going to show who has Nolan's phone, but what they're doing too. The key question is, at what point was Nolan's phone taken from him? One thing that's interesting to me is where his body was found at the site of where they made the call to Cito, the towing boat towing company, to come out and help them out because they were taking on water or whatever. They have the bilge pumped or whatever. If Nolan's phone was with them at that point and Nolan was with them at that point, okay, obviously, because they had his phone, because allegedly that's what there was an argument about. There has to be a way that they can figure out, if they can figure out the point in which Nolan was separated from everybody else, that's going to answer a lot of questions. The preliminary autopsy, I'm not going to get all up in arms about that. I just trust the process, and the it's gonna go where the evidence is gonna go where it's gonna go. We just need fairness. So I'm definitely hoping that will get sorted out with subpoenaing the phone records of the friends, as well as Nolan's phone records for his own phone. But every boat that went out, we got the GPS coordinates for the one boat. Okay, what about the other two boats? Because allegedly it was a total of about 3 boats, which makes this even worse because we thought that Nolan was on one boat with 3 different white friends, and it turns out there were 3 separate boats, and the total across all 3 boats were about 30 people. So that means that 29 of those alleged so-called friends didn't miss Nolan, and he was obviously not invisible. There's so many things that are wrong with this case and that are just downright suspicious. I'm having to be careful. This is, Nolan Wells is my nephew. Nolan Wells is my cousin. Nolan Wells could have been my son, but I had to laugh at that one because that wouldn't happen. But my nephews are like my sons. Nolan Wells, it is sad that we still live in an America that we're told to just stop playing the race card, that this isn't racist or that isn't racist, and we're tired of hearing about racism. That may be your point, and I can understand that. And if that is your point, understand this. If you're tired of hearing about racism, how do you think we as people of color feel when we experience it? And it's been prevalent. Not just, this is nothing new. Nothing new. And it's amazing that there are those people that would like to say, with this isn't racism. Typically, people who are racist will tell you what racism is not. But again, that's another issue in and of itself. But again, I really want them to subpoena everybody's phone records, everybody's. And if the Cajun Navy made the offer to take the cadaver dogs out, I do hope. I don't know what to believe. It was said that the families turned down the offer to have the dogs, refused to let the cadaver dogs, come sniff the boats. But then it was said on the Don Lemon show that it was the Ben Crumps, as an attorney, they did not refuse the request. So there's a lot going on now. I do trust that this case is in the capable hands of the right attorney, and I'm just really watching to see how this plays out. Because, like I said, I'm rethinking my own life and my own everything. I'm doing some deep reflecting for myself and of myself, because I refuse to be the only face of color in the crowd. Because everybody who smiles in your face ain't your friend. And if I go with you and I don't come back with you, that's an issue. I guess for me, I expect too much of other people, but I'm learning that trust is hard to come by with me now. And friend, I'm not throwing that word out unless that's what you are. Because if you go with me, you are coming back with me. If you are with me when we go somewhere, ain't nothing about to pop off. You're safe with me. I just expect the same from other people. And I'm sure that Nolan Wells did too. And it's sad that an 18-year-old who had all of his life ahead of him, an 18-year-old with such a promising life, is no longer here to live it. His punishment was because what? It's very sad. It's very disheartening. I do like how people are coming together. I mean, of course, you're going to have, everything's not going to be perfect because people are not perfect. But let's just stick with the facts. Let's follow the trail of truth. And we're going to believe justice is going to be delivered. God sees all. God knows all. You may be able to run for a little bit, but you can't run forever. That's been my little spiel. Guys, have a good day.